Super Bowl odds. Where does Vegas, the people in the desert, where do they see the 49ers? They have the seventh best odds. So they're a top 10 team out of 32 to make it to the Super Bowl and win it. Right now, they're plus 1,550. What's that mean? Well, that means if you bet $10 and the 49ers win the Super Bowl, you win $155. That's the whole idea. Uh, it's not for me. I don't mind throwing a couple bucks down on that just because it's fun. But as far as the strategy goes, do I think the 49ers can win the Super Bowl? I do. Do I think that they will win the Super Bowl this year? I do not. I think they're going to be in contention. I think they're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. But next year is the big year. I've been saying this since they drafted Trey Lance. 2023 is the year I've got circled. Yeah, I love this. Draco, he says, we in Vegas love the 49ers. Yeah, they've done very, very well. We've done very, very well. Oh, I love this. Matthew, is there a line for when number 27, Dante Johnson, signs his 15th 49ers contract? I wish there was, and I would double, triple down on that because he's signing. I don't have him making the roster. I don't have him making the initial 53. I don't think he will. But he will be on the 49ers this year despite not making the roster. So I'm not betting the Super Bowl 49ers win the Super Bowl. I'll put a couple bucks on it, just like 2 or 3, whatever. But I'm not betting that one. Just want to, again, the whole conversation here, I want you to see kind of where the 49ers fit. Now, NFC Championship odds. This one I am betting. The 49ers are plus 700, which means if you bet 10, you win 70. Yeah, I bet that one. Fourth best odds to win. Bucks, Packers, and Rams are ahead of them. And I feel like all three of those teams got worse. All three of those teams. Bucks have lost 3 interior linemen. Antonio Brown's not walking through that door. Packers, obvious loss. Adams, Rams have lost 8 starters. Yeah, they filled some studs. There's no doubt about it, but not 8 starters worth. And they lost one of their best linemen just last week for the season. So I think all three of those teams got worse. I think the 49ers got better eventually. I don't think the 49ers will have better records than those teams, but we've seen in the past, the 49ers are built to win in the playoffs. So they just got to get to the dance. Then the magic happens, which we have seen in the past. So I am betting that one. Now, NFC West. And this one I have bet for 4 straight years, and I have been paid off 3 out of 4 of those years. Yeah, that's correct. NFC West to make the Super Bowl. It's plus 170. So again, you bet 10 to win $17. Now, another thing that you have to put into context if you're betting season long, you're tying up your money for a while. So if you have a small amount to kind of bankroll your season, I don't recommend doing a lot of those because even if you hit on this bet, you're not getting paid out for 4 to 5 months. So you need to understand your betting strategy. We're doing bets. I mean, I basically take my money out at the end of the year after the draft because we bet the draft big time. And then now I just put money back in because I want that money in my account and I want to start fresh so that I can see it. So I put the $250 in with the deposit. That brings it to $500. And that's my season. That's what I bet. And again, we've cashed out more than we've put in. So I bet the NFC West to make it to the Super Bowl. I think that the Rams and 49ers are definitely 2 of the favorites. And again, that one's paid off considerably well. I also am betting, I'll put this one over on Patreon, the NFC West to win the championship as well. So yeah, I bet those every single time just because I think it's the best conference in football. Now you could say AFC West this year, and I'm not going to argue there. But again, I take our top 2 teams over their top 2 teams any day. Now, this is one of the things, and again, I'm not going to go through all of our bets. I'll put all those up on Patreon. But this is one of the things I love to do, hedge my bets. So the MVP, more money has been put down on Trey Lance winning MVP than any other player. Why? Not so much because I think he's going to win MVP. The odds are just freaking insane. He's plus 3,400. So if you put $5 on Lance to win MVP, you're winning $170. So I did that. However, it's more complicated. Justin Herbert plus 900, Josh Allen plus 610. I'm betting all 3. And here's why I'm doing that. I put 5 on Trey Lance, 10 on Herbert, and 10 on Allen. And you can multiply this however you see fit. Because basically what I'm saying is I've got 2 layups and 1 home run. And as long as Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers don't win the MVP, we're going to get paid because it always goes to a quarterback. And again, I think all three of them have lost significant pieces. Rodgers lost Devontae Adams. Brady's lost three interior starters and Antonio Brown. And sure enough, Patrick Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill. Not saying they're not great, not saying they couldn't win, but with the odds, the way they're set up, listen to this. If any three of those guys win, we're getting paid. If Josh Allen, who's the league favorite for MVP, wins, we get $36 after all those bets. If Herbert wins, we get 65. And if Trey Lance wins, we get 145. So I'm taking Herbert. I put 10 on Allen, 10 on Herbert, and 5 on Lance. Because again, we're hedging, right? That's the whole idea that I'm looking for there. That's what I want. And the last one that I'm going to share on here that's Niners long term. Defensive player of the year, Nick Bosa. I don't know how in the hell he wound up where he did on the NFL top 100 list, but they deserve everything that's coming their way. He's plus 1,200 for defensive player of the year. Fifth best, Garrett, Donald, TJ Watt, and Parsons are ahead of him. That's bet 10 to win 120. I'm telling you right now, I truly do believe Nick Bosa is the best defensive player in the NFL. Now, Aaron Donald, I get it. I understand. But I'm telling you, Nick Bosa, contract year, dude's going to cash in as long as he stays healthy.